Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're sitting down, comfortable, got a cup of tea and ready to chat and chill with me because today I'm going to be answering all of your juicy questions that you have for me. Today I wanted to do something super chilled and relaxed, and I wanted to just chat with you guys, crochet with you guys, and yeah, just have a chill old cozy time with you. I've never really done a Q&A before. I feel like now is a great time to do one. I really want to get to know you guys and I want you guys to get to know me a little bit. We've had such amazing growth on my channel lately, so it only feels right to let you guys know a little bit more about me and let you guys in a little bit. So a few days ago I asked on my community page on my YouTube as well as on my Instagram stories for questions, and you guys delivered, so we're going to be answering those today. I want to do this regularly with you guys because I want to just like chat and sit with you and crochet and craft with you. So right now I feel like I'm calling this either Crochet Chats with Cass or Crochet and Chat with Cass. I don't know. Let me know what you think or if you have a better idea for a name for this. Essentially I will just be sitting here crocheting or knitting or doing something else with you guys and chatting. So I've got my yarn and my crochet hook ready, and the project I'll actually be doing today, I found it on YouTube and it's so cute. It is the Crochet Heart Bag by Crochet by Mahum. She has a YouTube video on it but also a written pattern, so that is what I'll be making today. I am going to the Harry Styles concert in a few weeks, so I think this will be the perfect bag to take with me because it's like a little heart. There will be a video out on that either before or after this video, so you will get to see my whole Harry Styles look, don't you worry. That is what we are going to be making today. And I've got my tea here. This is one of my favorite teas I've been loving lately. It is the hot chocolate tea by T2. It is so good. Also, I got a new tea infuser. It's a little sausage dog, if you can see that. It's so cute. Also, I guess the first question I can answer is about this cup. The last time I posted a video with this cup, literally so many people asked me about it. It is from a small business here in Australia. I'll have her Instagram on the screen, but she makes the most beautiful ceramic cups, and yeah, I love this one. And there's no surprise I got so many questions about it when I showed it in my last video. It is so freaking cute. So I'm just realizing now how difficult it's actually going to be to like follow a pattern and also talk to you. So let me just read a little bit of this pattern first and get started, and then we will get to the first question. Okay, I've kind of got to start on the pattern now, and I think this is a really good question to start off with. So the question is, not really a question, but maybe you can do a little rundown about yourself, like living situations, school, etc. So yeah, of course, so a little bit about myself. I am 24, turning 25 this year, which is terrifying. I am a Chinese Australian girl, so both of my parents are Chinese, but I was born in Australia and have been raised here my whole life, which has had challenges of its own. I live in Perth, Western Australia, and I've lived here, grown up here my whole life. I did have just under a year of living in Melbourne, Australia, which is like on the other side of the country, and that was my first time living out of home. My partner Seth moved with me. We decided to come back and move to Perth, and it's just really solidified to us that this is the place that we need to be. So yeah, we live in Perth. We live in our own apartment together. We also have our little baby Miso, our dog, who you will have seen in like all of my videos. She's the star of this channel, and yeah, so we've had her for about a year now, which is crazy. And my partner Seth and I have been together for 8 years now. And yeah, with school, I did a Bachelor's of Commerce, majoring in marketing, and then yeah, went on to my first full-time job out of uni. It was like a graduate's position at one of my dream companies that was in Melbourne, and it didn't really work out. So now I'm back here in Perth doing my own thing, which I love. I feel like ultimately I knew that all I wanted to do was like work for myself, and I just have never looked back. But yeah, so currently I work for myself doing like a lot of different things. I would say my main thing is social media marketing, but I am trying to move more into like content creation and video editing because those are the things that I love the most. I do also work as a video editor, and now I am doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube actually since like 2011. I feel like it is only in the past like literally like few months that I've really found what I love, which is crochet and knitting and just like more crafty creative videos, because before I was kind of doing like beauty and lifestyle, and yeah, I feel like this shift that I've made with my content is just more me. I'm very happy with it, and YouTube has always been like my favorite thing, always since I was younger, wanted YouTube to be my full-time job, so that is something that I'm really focusing on this year and working towards, because I love it too. It's my favorite thing. It's the thing I spend the most time on, so being able to actually like make an income from this would be really, really cool. So there you go. That is a kind of not so little rundown about me, but that's everything that you need to know about me, I guess. Next question is, when did you realize your love for knitting? Love from England. I realized it like not too long ago actually, and it's really weird because I actually did learn to knit when I was quite young. My grandma taught me how to knit, which was so special, but I don't know, back then it was like I didn't know anyone else who was doing it, so I was like, oh, this isn't cool. So I don't know, it just didn't stick. Like, she taught me, but I just didn't really stick with it. And then it wasn't until 2021 where I learned to crochet, and that, for some reason, that is what I fell in love with, and I still love it, and that's what I really stuck to. These heart pieces are getting too confusing to like look at the pattern and answer questions at the same time, so now I'm gonna work on the strap of the bag and be just easier, so just bear with me. Yeah, anyway, kind of just like fell in love with knitting, yeah, like a few months ago. I always loved the look of knitting, but I don't know, I think it was too complicated for me at the beginning. So with crochet, when I actually learned how to make things that I could actually wear, I think that's what was exciting to me. And so then now that I've built like more of an understanding of how to actually make like cardigans, like, and how to make, you know, bags and things with crochet, now I can kind of make those same things but like in knitted form, I guess, because the crafts are very similar in like how to actually, I guess, construct things. It's obviously just like a different method of like making the thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I fell in love with knitting like really recently, like within the past 2 months, and I just love it. I think it's so fun, and yeah, it's something that my grandma and I still do together now that I actually know how to do it. Another question I got, which is more to do with social media management, is what skills do you need to be a social media manager? For me, I did, like I said before, I studied marketing at university, so I kind of had that like knowledge, but I don't think you need it to be a social media manager. I would say obviously having an interest in social media and scrolling through social media yourself, or even having a knowledge of how to make content, how to grow your own page, helps, because it helps you further like understand how you can help obviously clients like grow their pages. And like I said, I had been posting on social media, especially on YouTube and Instagram, for many years before I actually like became a social media manager. I kind of already had an understanding of how to grow social media pages. Being able to really understand social media and how it works and the algorithm and all that kind of stuff, understanding who you're marketing to and that kind of thing is really important, but also understanding how to actually work with clients and talk to clients. I hope that is helpful. Someone also asked, are you planning to sell any patterns or do pattern testing? I currently don't have any plans to sell any patterns. For me, actually, in my whole like fiber arts crochet journey, I only used patterns like a couple of times. I don't know, I'm more of like a wing it kind of gal. I wouldn't know how to write patterns. I currently don't really have any plans to write patterns. As for pattern testing, I have applied to like a bunch of pattern testing things in the past. I've not really gone picked for any, but it is definitely something that I would like to do if anyone would want to accept me. It's not something that I have done before, but I would like to do it. Another question I got was, who is your biggest inspo and where do you get inspo from? I don't know if this is relating specifically to crochet and knitting or just like in life. My biggest inspo for crochet and knitting, I would say it would definitely be Jenna Phipps. I love her videos. She just makes the coolest things. I would also say Erin B and Emma P. They also are big inspirations for me for crocheting and knitting and stuff. But also I would just say like Pinterest, looking at like people in the street, like seeing what people wear, and whenever I'm like out and about and I see like a cardigan or like something that someone is wearing, I'm like, how could I make that? Like could I crochet that? But I would say yeah, like those are my biggest crochet inspo. Okay, someone else wrote, how do you come up with patterns and what's your favorite thing to crochet / knit? Well, like I said before, I don't really come up with patterns. I kind of just see things like, again, either on Pinterest or YouTube or wherever that I want to make, and I just kind of figure out how to make it, or I like watch a bunch of, you know, YouTube videos and kind of try and figure it out for myself, or if they have a pattern available, I will most likely buy the pattern. It's so hard. I love making everything, but like it's really broad, but my favorite thing to make is clothes. I love making clothes. I've never really crocheted like amigurumis, is that how you say it, like toys or like things like that. Like I like making things that I can wear. Those were all of the Instagram questions that I got. Now moving on to the questions I got on my YouTube. Will you be doing more videos with your knitting machine? You've inspired me to pick one up as I'm having a bad arthritis flare and can't currently knit or crochet, so watching your videos has been amazing and has definitely got my creative juices flowing. I love that. I feel like that comment is exactly why I make videos. That's like so amazing. It's cool to me that like I, you know, a year or two ago was watching these creators that I love, and they like inspired me to get my creative juices flowing, and now I'm doing the same for other people. It's so cool. Yes, I will definitely be doing more videos with my knitting machine. I have done quite a few so far, but I also want to do more videos where I do like crochet and I knit, because I definitely think like whilst the knitting machine, like I love it and I think it's fun, it's definitely not the thing that I want to be doing all the time, if that makes sense. Like I definitely enjoy crocheting or like hand knitting more than I do using that machine. But I know that so many of you subscribe to me for that and love those videos. I think it's so fun to be able to figure out what kind of things we can make with it, because I feel like it is such a new thing now where every single person, at least that I've seen on my For You page, has got a knitting machine now, and it's so fun. But I will definitely be making more videos with the knitting machine, but also I am running out of ideas. So if you guys have any ideas of what I should make with the knitting machine, what I should try and make at least, then let me know. Because we've done midi skirts, we've done a mini skirt, we've done a cardigan, a sweater, so like I don't really know what else to make. But of course, when I can think of new things to make, I will be making them. Don't you worry. There will be more knitting machine videos coming soon. So someone said that they are based in the States and if I've ever wanted to travel over there. If yes, then where would I want to go? And yeah, I have like such a travel bug. I want to travel all over the world. I have traveled to the States before, but only once in my life. That was in 2015. I was 17 I think. I went with my high school. Every couple of years they would do like a photography tour for our photography class, and I got to go, and we went to New York and it was amazing. I was there for 2 weeks. We also did go to Washington for a few days too, actually. I do definitely want to go again, because like I said, that one was with school and like I loved it a lot, but I think it'll be like great to see it on my own, like doing the things that I want to do. So definitely I would love to go to New York again. Like Gossip Girl is one of my favorite shows ever, so of course I want to go to New York. I want to do it all. I want to go to San Francisco, I want to go to LA. I have to go to Disney World over there, because it's my bucket list item to travel to every single Disneyland in the world. And I have now been to every single one apart from Disney World in Florida. I definitely would love to travel there one day. Another question is, do you have any knitting/crochet goals for the new year? Things you want to make, yarns you want to try, etc. My goal, I guess, is to be more conscious and more mindful with the yarns I'm buying and what I'm actually making, because I feel like for the past 2 years, because I've like just kind of gone into the world of fiber arts and crocheting and knitting, I kind of just made like anything and everything that I wanted to make, which is great. Like I enjoy it and I love it, but it means that I have made a bunch of things that I kind of like, they've just stayed in my wardrobe. I've never really worn them. So I would definitely want to be more conscious with what I am making and actually making things that I know that I'm going to get a lot of wear out of, as well as only buying yarns that I like know what I'm going to like do with it. I don't want to buy yarns anymore that like I don't have a project in mind for it, as well as I want to be buying more sustainable and just better quality yarn. Another question I got is, what do you do when you feel demotivated or burnt out? Been feeling a lot like this lately and I don't know how to cope. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. It honestly sucks feeling burnt out or demotivated. I feel like for me, the important thing for me is to let myself just feel it. And I know it sucks, because especially for me, when I am in that burnt out or demotivated or depressed state, all I can think about is getting out of that state, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to get out of that state, and then that in itself just like makes me not like stay in that state a lot longer than I should. So I would say definitely try as much as you can to just feel your feelings, like listen to your body. If your body is burnt out, it obviously means you need rest, and you know, you might need to take something off your plate, or just some situation is not working for you. And I know it's hard, because with a lot of situations you can't change things straight away. So just being able to focus on you and how you're feeling, giving yourself that time to rest, just really listening to yourself is the best thing that you can do. Take a day to yourself to just do something just for you, whether that is even just going grocery shopping by yourself, or I love to just go and have a little picnic in the park by myself and just sit there and crochet, and just know that this feeling will pass. Like, I'm sure you have felt burnt out and demotivated before, and you've gone out of that slump, so you will get out of this slump. Just take it easy, and I hope things get better for you. I know they will. Everything will be okay. Someone asked, what are the best projects for someone who doesn't know how to crochet but wants to learn? I did a whole video talking about how to crochet, the beginner's guide to crocheting. I talk about the best projects and just literally everything that you need to know to start to crochet, so I definitely recommend you watch that video. But I honestly would say the best project to learn is literally anything you want to make is the best project, because like I think a lot of people agree with me who do know how to crochet and knit is you will probably go through a lot of like unfinished projects in your life, and that will either be because it can be because of many reasons, but if you can find a project, like something that you really want to make and you can stick through it and make it, then that is the best first project. I mentioned in the how to crochet video that my first project was the Harry Styles inspired cardigan, and that was a very like ambitious first project. It was making, you know, so many squares and like sewing them together to make a cardigan. I feel like I could have definitely done something easier, but that was like, that's what I wanted to make. That's the thing that got me excited, and so I made it, I persevered, and I finished it. It's like with knitting, like I didn't fall in love with it because all I made was a scarf, and I don't really wear scarves, so it was just like I just didn't fall in love with knitting because I didn't make something that like I really wanted to make. Like I kind of just made what was the easiest thing to make. Just find something that you really want to make and just make that, and that's it. Someone said, not a question, but I'm also Australian, lol. Hello, fellow Aussie. I feel like I actually, like, my demographic on YouTube is actually mostly from the US. Like, I barely have any Aussies watching me, which I'm kind of offended. Like, where are my Aussies? Come on. But she says, who is your favorite fiber artist? Like I said, I have a few. Jenna Phipps, like I said, she's one of my favorite like creators and artists. Lately I've been loving Jamie Creates. Her knitwear is amazing. Someone asks, is the 40 needles knitting machine a perfect machine too? I think that machine is fine. I can't really comment on that because I have the 48 pin machine and I love that machine, but I'm sure the 40 pin would work just as well. You would just have to do kind of like more panels, I guess, and like sew them together to make like kind of the length of the 48 pin, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it works the same way and it would do the same thing, it just has less pins. Oh, someone said, you are my inspiration. I would be grateful if you could share your journey of YouTube. What inspired you the most? That is so sweet. Oh, I love that question. Well, thank you so much. I have always loved YouTube. I first started YouTube in 2011. I just really loved it, and really only in the past 2 months have I actually gotten the growth that I always hoped to have, which I still like pinch myself all the time that that's even happened. Like, we're now at 25,000 subscribers, which is insane because I have been stuck on 6,000 subscribers for about a year, and within the space of like 2 months I've gotten 20,000 subscribers. Like, that's insane, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, this is honestly my dream come true, and I am so grateful. But yeah, so my journey has been a very long one. I first started out doing like being a beauty guru, doing like makeup tutorials and things like that, and I really feel like my YouTube reflects me as a person. Like, I am very real on here. Like, whatever I'm interested in has been what I've been posting, and I just really found my love for crochet and for knitting, and I love making videos about it. That's been my journey, I guess. It's been a very long one, and I think what has kept me motivated is just that this is just what I've always wanted. And I think it just got to a point where I had been doing it for so long that it felt unnatural to not do it, if that makes sense. It was just a thing for me. Like, even if it didn't do as well, like even if my videos didn't do as well and I wasn't getting subscribers, I was just doing it for me, and that's kind of what has kept me going. Of course, there were so many moments where I was so down, being like, why does no one like my videos? Like, why am I even doing this if no one likes my videos, whatever. In the end, I was just doing it for me, and I'd never been ready to give up, and so I just didn't give up. Here we are now. Like, I could not have imagined the growth that I got in these past couple months, and so I'm like so happy and so proud that I didn't give up. That's just the thing. Like, I always was just doing this for me. I wasn't doing this to like get X amount of subscribers or get this many views. Like, I just wanted to make my content, and if nobody watched it, so be it. Like, this is just something that I love, and that's it. Okay, and the last question we have, which is a really nice one to end on. What are your goals for 2023? Keep growing my YouTube channel. I think that is going to be my big priority this year, is to really grow this channel and grow this into becoming more of my full-time job. I want to make more of an income on here, and I want to be able to put out way more videos for you guys. I also want to travel more, which I do have a trip planned this year that I'm very excited about. It's my first ever solo trip, and I think it's just gonna be amazing. So that is something I'm also like focusing on, just like saving up money for that and planning that and all that. I mentioned this in a video at the end of last year, but I do want to start a small business. It's something that I've been working on for the past few months. I think you could probably guess what I'm going to be starting, but I don't know how much to talk about it because it's really nerve-wracking when I'm in like this kind of early stage of the business. I think I'm going to talk about it more when I kind of am more sure of what I'm actually doing and what it is. That is another goal of mine, is to start that business and hope that that goes well. Let me know what some of your goals for this year are as well. I would love to hear from you. This has been so much fun. I absolutely love this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I love chatting with you guys. You guys are literally like my best friends. Like, I could talk to you forever and ever. If you guys want me to do this again, then definitely leave some questions down below in the comments, and maybe I can do a second one of these in a few weeks or something. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys would like to follow me along for the journey. Yeah, if you are like me and are obsessed with knitting and crochet and just are generally a grandma like me, then you have joined the right community and you should subscribe. We can be 25-year-old grandmas together. Ew, I'm not even 25 yet, I'm 24. Follow me on my other socials as well, especially for like day-to-day kind of things. I post on those platforms a bit more. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this little crochet chat. I had so much fun just hanging out with you. I hope you did too, and I hope to do this again with you. So yeah, thank you for being here and keeping me company, and I will see you next week for a brand new video. Bye. Mwah.